Hello and welcome to Nothing to Wear, the podcast that solves fashion problems and levels up your wardrobe. Each week, I sit down with an expert who helps us work out how to get more out of the clothes we already own and tells us what is and isn't worth adding to our wardrobe. This week is exactly that. I am joined by Jamie Leigh. She is a Sydney-based stylist. She's the exact opposite of me. She is a data nerd, and for over a decade, she has been logging every single item she buys or owns and when she wears it. So from there, she's got this amazing visual library of all her clothes, including everything she wears the most, stuff she doesn't really wear, so then she can sell it, and everything in between. So let's chat to Jamie about how she keeps this data and why she does it and why I am about to try and do the same.
You have to do it. You live for fashion.
Jamie Leigh, my Instagram friend, welcome to Nothing to Wear. Before we get into the topic, which I've been begging you to come on because it's fascinating, there's two questions I ask everyone that's their first time on the show. So the first one is, can you describe your style in 3 words?
Yeah, so I actually was having a bit of a think about this, and I would say feminine, polished, and undone. There's always kind of a layer of each of those in most of my outfits, or all of them.
Yes, because when you say feminine, I'm like, no. But when you add them all together, it's an equation.
Yeah.
Undone, but the coolest, like chic undone. I look at you and I'm like on Instagram and I'm like, I'm in my disgusting Kmart tracksuit pants that are my favorites, but I know Instagram's not everything. I love those 3 words together. And
Instagram versus real life.
yes, and I love that those 3 words, like you need all 3
Yeah.
to create the picture. Lots of people wear a really small amount or a smaller amount of their wardrobe more than the rest. So the 90-10 rule, or some people say 80-20, but the smaller amount that they wear the most. And I guess this is kind of what this whole topic's about. So we don't want to give too much away. But what's in your most reached for?
Okay, so I was having a look at what I wear all the time because I'm a data nerd, and I would say tailored trousers because they add that nice polish, a really good pair of jeans, some sort of a shoe that's comfortable but also has a bit of a lifted, refined feel.
Or quirky. You have cool, like quirky, but like still classic quirky. I
Oh,
love
those
your
are
shoes.
like the Tory Birch Pierce heels.
Yes, and like the boots you're wearing,
Like
like
the sculptural heel.
yeah, a little bit different.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you reach for most.
Yeah, I mean, kind of those essentials most people tend to have in their wardrobes, but I would just say versions that feel more like myself rather than what you might find on a capsule wardrobe template.
Yes, yes, that's a very good point. I feel like we're all over that capsule wardrobe. I don't know if you told me in real life because we often see each other at events, or I saw it on Instagram, or both, but you, as you said, are a data nerd. Oh, I'd love to be like you. You use your phone to keep track of what items you're actually wearing and how much. So talk us through that. What is the app? How does it work?
So I've actually been tracking what I wear since I was in my early 20s. So I'm talking over a decade at this point. I used to do it manually using a spreadsheet on Excel or just a piece of paper at one point.
Wow.
And so now I've kind of progressed onto an app which makes it a lot easier. So I use one called Indyx, and I like it because of the functionality. I'm kind of an aesthete, so things have to look a particular way for me to want to use it.
I can imagine your Excel spreadsheets were beautifully color-coded and
Oh, not quite.
the cells all matched up. Mine looked like a kid went in and mucked up a puzzle. So where does the image come from? Does it pull it from the internet, or do you take the photos?
You manually need to upload the photos. So you can either take a photo of the product itself in your home, and they do give you kind of guidelines on how to get the best photo, or you can pull a product image from the brand website.
Right. So if it's new, that's a good way to log it. So if I've got vintage or old stuff, I can take my own photo.
Yes, but you could also find similar, or a really good hack is to use ChatGPT to create the image for you.
How?
You describe the item, or you take a photo and you upload it, and then you tell them to create a flat lay image of said item on a white background.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you work in the future.
So you put in the brand name, you put in the size, color, all that kind of information, and then you can add in the price, when you bought it, if it was pre-owned, or if it was
That's
a
what I was
brand
going to
new
say,
thing.
because I love thrifting. Can I just do like Levi's denim shirt? Like you don't have to know all the info.
No, you don't even
It's
have to
just
write
for
in the
you
actual
to
name of
know.
the product. Yeah. So you put in just the brand name, and then you kind of track whether it's kind of spring, summer, winter, autumn, and you also categorize it by the type of item it is. And then that way, when you are looking, because you can actually view your entire wardrobe.
Is there images, or can you add images?
I'll have to show you, but yeah, you can see your entire
Wow.
entire wardrobe at a glance, which is really handy when you're shopping. But yeah, that manual process. And then every day you just kind of go in and you can log your outfit. So you can make outfits up that you can refer back to later when you've got some free time on the couch and you're just watching
Well, like that
reality
Clueless
TV.
thing. Remember in Clueless, if anyone's of that era, where she sat down and used that machine? It kind of like that.
Iconic, yeah. Well, there are apps that do that. Indyx doesn't, but
Oh.
other ones do.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's
Oh my gosh, I thought using notes on my phone was cool. So you get dressed, you've decided, okay, this is my outfit for the day. Do you go in then or do you do it at night when you...
usually at night when I'm waiting for my daughter to fall asleep.
What if you forget?
I go back and I often I take photos of what I'm wearing, so
Yeah.
I have kind of a reference, or I usually have to kind of dig deep into the depths of my memory to recall what I was wearing sometimes, or I'll ask my husband.
Yes. Like, what was I wearing? Did we go to dinner? What was I wearing?
Yeah.
It's kind of like My Fitness Pal, but for clothes sort of thing. So tell me then, what do you do with that info? Like monthly, do you do like a stock take of like, okay, I really wear that a lot. That was good cost per wear. Or why did I buy those? I haven't worn them. Like, what do you do with the info?
So the app I'm using does have a paid feature which allows you to access all of those insights. And currently they don't allow you to do it by a specific date range, but rather the last month, last 3 months, 6 months, year, and then all time. So you can kind of go back in and you can see what you didn't wear a single time over that previous month.
Yeah.
But also you get a visual catalog or diary of what you wore every single day for that month. So you can see patterns
Wow.
emerging. Like, are you someone who is really only wearing a specific kind of pant? Do you like to wear dark colors on your lower half or on your upper half? Is there specific types of shoes that you're pairing with certain types of
I'm
pants or
just blown away
skirts, you
because
know?
I desperately want to do this, but I just could never, but it would help so much because I'm thinking if you're going shopping, you can go in there and go, oh, no, I mean, those black pants are great, but actually, no, I don't need those. Whereas I go, I think I've only got one pair of black pants I like. And then I get home and I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like then I go, hi, all you black pants that I forgot about.
Yeah, I get tunnel vision sometimes as well. So it's a great way to ground myself and come back to earth.
Wow. That is phenomenal. Okay, we'll do more about that later. But from your data and your app and the way I wish I was, what items are you wearing the most? Is there any
Okay.
unexpected?
I feel like I need to actually refer to my
Oh,
app for this
please
one.
do.
So
I want this app, but I don't know how I would go back and do it all.
it's, well, you can start from now, basically.
After a
Yeah.
wardrobe clean out
Yeah.
would be a good time to like do this at the end.
Yeah, you only so actually a trick for if you are doing any of these apps is to just log things as you wear them, because then it feels
Of
so much less
course.
daunting.
And if you haven't worn it, by default, it's not on the list. So then you can do your wardrobe clean up and go, you've never been on my list, see you later.
Yeah, that makes it so much more approachable.
Okay, I'm
because
doing it.
Say you've got 300 things or more in your wardrobe. The idea of putting all of those into an app at
No.
once.
And
I
because
couldn't.
women mostly wear their 10%, that's good. You know, you start with that. Okay, so tell me, what do you wear the most? It doesn't have to be the
Okay.
exact item, but
Well, okay, so it's winter right now. So some sort of low heel boot, like the ones I've got on now, or my current most worn are from Saint Agni, and I think I've worn them 25 times since I bought them 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Yeah,
wow.
which is pretty good.
That's
considering I have
very, oh my gosh, I'd be like, Tick, you're a good person. You can go shopping and get a treat.
Especially because I've got a good rotation of items in my wardrobe. Either a small crossbody bag or like a larger shoulder bag. I'm kind of all or nothing when it comes to that. Really slouchy kind of knitwear. I splurged to see if it was worth it on the Ophelia sweater from the Row, and so I've made a point of trying to actually get my cost per wear out of it, because
And so far, so good?
I've worn it 15 times in the last few months, which I think's pretty decent.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And next winter, you know, it's the
and,
Row.
and the winter after. And
Yes,
after,
and forever
yeah.
and ever and ever.
Also, just like a good quality belt. So I have a leather belt that's I've worn over 100, probably over 200 times at this point.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, dark colored jeans. I really like a washed black jean.
Okay, shape?
I'm not that.
Not that bothered.
No, I'm not that bothered.
Look, I'm back into almost skinny straight.
I actually like that silhouette, and
Me
I
too.
think the skinny has a bad rap. It's all about styling and proportions, but I think the slim straight is really flattering.
And these are so old. If I were you and had this app for, or, you know, the data from so long ago, I could see that I wore them last probably 4 years ago, but now they're back.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fascinating. Okay, so what do you do when you look in there and then there's stuff that you haven't really worn much and you're like, oh, okay, I obviously don't reach for those things. What do you do then?
So I actually use that as a prompt to go, I want to wear this. I want to make the most of what I have in my wardrobe.
Mm.
So to me, it's actually a tool.
Like a
where,
challenge.
Yeah. So I go, okay, well, I haven't been wearing this. I want to bring it into rotation. And it actually allows me to wear a larger percentage of my wardrobe more frequently than I would otherwise.
Yeah, because well, I don't know about you, but for me, if I can't see it, I don't reach for it.
Yeah. And also,
it's a mess and,
And also you default to the same things all the time. So that's a great way to kind of increase that variety in your styling.
So what patterns are you picking up, or how can everybody use this to work out kind of colours and more than just the items themselves or the outfits you've made, but I guess working out your personal style, colours, textures, cuts. Do you use it to look at things like that?
Probably less so for that. I more like to see trends in the specific types of items that I'm reaching for. And also, I suppose, the trends in how I'm wearing my clothing. Because I can see even just in the evolution of my own style that previously I opted a lot more for feminine, like overly feminine pieces, a lot more dresses. And in the summertime, I would really default a lot to denim shorts. But since maybe the last year or two, I've started wearing cotton pants in the summertime. And that's something I can see just from looking at my styling in the app.
Yeah, right. Okay. I feel like because I'm quite neutral, I'd say you're quite classically neutral. I'm quite neutral, but I do have some colour that I have, but I don't know how to wear it. But if I've logged it all, then I can kind of see, actually, I do have quite a few green things, and I could do colour blocking, or I could try that green with that lilac, which I would never think here, but you can see it in the app.
Yeah, and because you can also filter by color as well. So you can kind of get an overview of all of the things you have in one color palette. But you do have that freedom, that flexibility to just build outfits and play around. So if you have something you're really struggling to style, having that kind of visual representation can help. I mean, it always translates differently in real life, but
yeah, but at least try it, especially if you're out and about, because sometimes I think, what am I going to wear to that event tonight? I've got to rush home and get ready, but I can't see my wardrobe, but if it's on my phone. I'm a massive Pinterest fan. I don't know about you, but do you use Pinterest to inspire you, or are there other websites, platforms, blogs that you look at for inspiration and then kind of refer to your data to see if you've got similar items, or do you do any other kind of sort of research that way?
So I don't know about you, but I actually find Pinterest now is 80% ads.
It
and
is.
It's not very user-friendly. And I kind of browse through and I go, okay, where is what I'm actually looking for?
A lot of ads.
Yeah, so I don't use it as a tool as much as I used to in the past. I think these days instead I'm more so inspired by silhouettes or even just e-commerce styling. So
oh wow, like on websites you'll have a look at. Yeah, okay.
You can get some great ideas, and not only that, just what you see in Fashion Week. So those kind of trends trickling through. There are easy ways that you can co-opt those ideas into your own styling that feels like you.
So you see some street style, Copenhagen Fashion Week was a few weeks ago now. You see some stuff on Instagram. Do you then use that inspo to go back into your data and think, oh, I would have never thought to mix a skirt like that with a blazer like that, and I've got similar, and you can...
Yes, that's definitely a great way you can use it. And Indyx in particular do this thing called social styling. So you can let other people into your wardrobe and style you. So I have an open wardrobe on the app.
That's so fun. It's like playing dress ups, but for adults.
It's really cool. And so I've had some really great, fantastic outfit ideas and suggestions come through just through the social styling component. And they're ones that I never would have thought of. Like, I got a great one.
Who wants to do that for someone else, though? I can't even get myself dressed. But, it's so creative, and that's cool.
It is.
It's like a book club for fashion.
It's like Polyvore. Do you remember that
Yes.
from way back when?
Yes.
Yeah. And so I got this great outfit idea. It was like these shorts that I have with a knee-high boot. And I would never, ever pair those two things together with a fitted long sleeve and then this oversized sleeveless blazer, which...
And someone went in and said, you should try this.
Yeah.
That is so
and
cool.
I tried it on and I was obsessed. I just thought, this is genius.
It's also like video games for grown-ups, because you know how kids or people game each other. That's so awesome. Tell me when it's sale time, because this is where all my logic goes out the window. You seem a bit more measured than me, but there's sales on and it's then extra 25% off and I go, oh my God, and I jump on and buy things. How do you approach data and emotions, particularly when, it's could be a really good price? How do you marry the two?
So I have something called the 30-day shopping rule. And I will say that, yes, there are always going to be exceptions. Sometimes you see something, you have this emotional urge to add it to your wardrobe. And if you have the money to do so, and the timing's right. But I usually try and wait at least 30 days. And typically
To think about an item?
yeah,
But the sale's only for 3 days. What are you going to do?
just wait for the next one.
Oh, you're so good.
I'm of the belief that there's always another sale, and
It's
there's
so
also
true. And
yeah.
honestly, the marketing works, and that's why I get frantic. It
Mhm.
was Click Frenzy a little while ago, and I ignored all of it. But then I sat down at my laptop on the Monday, and that's when all you think it's over, and all the brands go extra discount, and
Yeah.
that's when I was like, oh, what am I missing? But you're so right. There's another sale.
Well, there is have you ever used Carted?
Yes, I've
Yeah.
only just got Carted. You need
Yeah.
to give us a list of all the good apps. So explain Carted for people that don't know.
It's a wish listing app. So you add the things that you're thinking about buying to it, and then it tracks when it goes on sale. So you get an alert if it goes on sale. You get an alert if the item restocks. Just say the item's available at multiple retailers. You can link all the retailers, and it will tell you if one's offering it at a better
what
price.
I need, but I don't
So-
look at things before I realize I want to buy them. I just go, oh, EDM, oh, sale. But that's so clever. And then you can watch it, and maybe they get an alert, and it's like, oh, it's restocked, but it's on sale. And you go, actually, I don't really want it anymore.
Yeah, and you find that waiting at least, a week even, that many of the items that you thought you wanted to buy have slowly been filtered out. They've been forgotten,
because it was an emotional purchase or an impulse purchase rather than a strategic one.
Yeah.
So say we're all a data person now, or we've started to do this. It helps with our existing wardrobe, but then how do we use that info going forward about purchasing?
So I think you can see trends in terms of what colors you're actually reaching for. So identifying the ones that are kind of your core colors. You can do seasonal color analysis, but I think we
I
gravitate.
didn't like mine.
I hated mine too.
I tried to stick
I don't
with it,
think
and
it's
then I
true.
would go to the shops and be like, but I like that yellow, and I'm not allowed to wear that green. But yes.
Yeah. So you can do that, but I think we gravitate towards the colors that we really enjoy and that make us feel good. And that's kind of what you want to feel in your clothes. So it can be that can be a useful tool, but you end up wearing the colors that you like the most. So that can be one kind of thing. It can help you identify what you aren't wearing. So knowing I'm not going to buy that in the future. So just say you keep buying. There's a saying like love to buy, hate to wear. So maybe you keep buying like button-up shirts like you're wearing today, but you never wear them. Okay,
Well,
so
I
you
wear
love
them,
buying
but
them.
you only need a certain amount.
Well, that's true. But if you're never wearing them, they're kind of it's wasted. It's wasted space in your wardrobe and also your time and your budget. So that can be a great way to kind of filter out those bad purchases.
Well, for me, I mean, similar to that, because I've spoken a lot on the podcast how much I love chambray shirts, but I definitely don't need another one. And so if I'm in store or at my laptop, I can go, no, Leigh, you've got enough. Or, if you resell those ones, you're allowed. Whereas I forget. So it's either seeing what you don't wear and not buying any more of that, or realizing you have too many of something and you don't need another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Can I pay you to start mine? I don't know if you'll be able to answer this, but through, a data lens, which you've been doing for a really long time, do you reckon there's a kind of general optimal number of items in our wardrobe roughly that kind of on average every person would have, or is that just too hard?
So I feel like the perfect size wardrobe doesn't exist because everyone has a different lifestyle. They're doing different activities, but also live in different climates. And that's really going to dictate the needs of your wardrobe. I've kind of looked into hundreds of people's wardrobes, and it's interesting. You see a really big difference in the numbers. Some people might have 50 items, whereas others have over 450.
Wow.
And while maybe the ones with over 450 in their wardrobe aren't wearing every single thing all the time, perhaps they're things that give them joy or they've got sentimental value. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we typically need less than we think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can do a lot with a little. And
Yeah.
I mean, 10 items, you can easily turn that into, 40 plus outfits
Wow.
with
Do
interesting
you use
style.
that kind of data to I guess it would be so good for packing because then you can work out combinations.
100%. And you can also see how you've styled items in the past. So you kind of got a library, an index of outfits to kind of go back to.
I'm most inspired to do this just for packing because I'm always paying overweight because I'm like, well, maybe I'll wear that ball gown. Maybe I want to be that person. No.
Yeah,
Oh
you need
my
it for that.
gosh, yes. And like you said, people might live somewhere where it snows in winter, but it's really hot, whereas if you're from Townsville, you probably don't need 15 coats.
Yeah.
Love it. Talk to me about your YouTube series. It's called Influencers Made Me Buy It. Tell me, what is this all about?
Okay, so I think we've all had that purchase, or maybe more than one, which we have been influenced to buy because we've seen someone talk about it and they've made it look so appealing. Like, it's on the silver platter and it just looks so shiny, and we want to add it to our wardrobes because we think if we buy that, it's going to, I don't know, be life-changing.
Yeah. You think it's going to solve all your problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so do you buy these items or review these items, or
these are things I've naturally just added into my wardrobe. And so it kind of just was birthed from me reflecting on the things that I've bought, what have been good purchases and what have been bad ones. Because I look back at the end of every year and I go, what were my best purchases that I made? What were the worst ones?
I like that. I obviously follow you and love your content. I love when you do, I regret these or I don't wear these, because I find that, not that it's more helpful, but people mostly post about things they love. Whereas, seeing, okay, that didn't work is like, oh, okay, firstly, I'm human too. And secondly, that's a good PSA for me. I just think more, not that we're trying to be negative about brands. It's more so that it just didn't work for you.
Yeah.
And I think that there needs to be more of that. So I really like that because we're all human.
Well, thank
Have you got things in your wardrobe with tags on?
I'm sure I do.
I love that.
I try to wear stuff the week I buy it, but
yeah,
it
well,
doesn't
me
always
too,
pan out.
because I'm so excited. But no, it's sometimes when you're doing that clean out and you're like, we're going to regret it. But I think everyone does that, and you can learn from it if you clock the data.
Yeah.
Bougie and budget, where you might actually have data on yours. I absolutely do not. But it's something that we might be considering and think we'll get a lot of wear out of, or new season items, or stuff that you've just worn to death, hence your data. Do you want to start with your bougie or your budget?
My budget.
Okay, let's do your budget.
Okay, so I'm wearing them right now. They're a pair of jeans from H&M, and they are the best jeans. The quality is exceptional for the price. I think they're $50, but often on sale for $40.
Wow.
Yeah,
I would have said they're like, I thought they were really fancy from here. The denim looks quite thick. It's a beautiful black. Like, it's not solid, but it's not too washed.
They're so good. They remind me a lot of a pair of jeans I've got from a New Zealand brand I love called Marl.
I love Marl too. Yeah. H&M. I have some H&M denim.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get the black ones.
So super underrated. And I have another pair of jeans from H&M, which are great too.
Yeah.
So
I've got the black, like white wide barrel, of course.
Yeah.
That's probably my fanciest black barrel ones, because I don't want to do the really expensive version. I think I've got Kmart, Big W. I need to do data, and H&M. So there you go. So my budget is, I reflected on my wardrobe. Don't have data, but I love a white tee. I live in a white tee. I have so many, but I actually wear a lot of them, most of them. And I think it's mostly because I'm messy and can soak them and they come out quite good. I've got a lot of the Uniqlo ones. I'm not going to recommend that again, because listeners will be over it. But
no, but they are good. And
they're just so good.
They're the best.
The
they
men's
actually
with
are
the
the
crew.
best.
I know.
The Airism one?
Yes, with the thick crew neck. However, the other day I wore a brown T-shirt and I remembered how much I loved it, and the brand does a white. So I'm going to get the white. It's called Cream. I don't know if you know this brand. They're two Aussie girls, Sydney-based, CREMME. Unisex, very similar to the Uniqlo. A beautiful thick cotton, but not stiff. It just feels really good quality. I think they're about $69, and the brown one I love, and they're unisex, but there's two versions of the cuts. They're very slightly different, but still sort of oversized, classic. I do a little cuff on the sleeve, which adds interest. The brown one I've trashed, and also you can't bleach brown, so it's obviously good quality. So I'm going to get the white one because I just live in white tees. I've got a lot of sun damage. I often hide this, and I just feel like it's my more elevated version of a singlet.
Yeah.
Bougie, please.
Okay, so mine are a pair of heels from 80. I actually already have them in the black, and so I ordered the chocolate suede, and they come in a tan too, which is
little
very
heel
tempting.
or flat, flat,
like
flat?
a low heel,
tiny.
Yeah, so it kind of gives you that lift. It adds a sharpness to an outfit. They're very chic.
I've never bought anything from the brand, but I have hearted a lot of things on Depop, so maybe I'll go buy some. Also, I think we're similar sizes, so if you sell any, let me know. My bougie is here with me because since I got her, I have not stopped using her. Vestursi, the Aussie brand, does handbags. I've got so many of their handbags. This is the Eden leather shoulder bag, $329. I had an extremely old Oroton bag that fully zipped shut that was just dead. And I've been looking for one this size, medium, for so long, and it's phenomenal. Then there's two sections inside. Great size, because then I have a separate laptop bag if I'm kind of coming to work or whatever. But just every day I still need, I don't know why I have so many things. I just have a lot of things. And so that's the perfect size. It's super comfy, and it comes in a suede too. There's a bunch of colors. And I'm normally quite a frequent bag changer, but I honestly have used this, like, it's in my 10%. I would use it 5 days a week.
It's really classic. And the leather of their bags is so
Honestly,
beautiful. Yeah.
$329, that is a lot of money for a handbag, but I would say the quality is better or on par than some bags that I've got that were $600 or over $1,000.
Yeah.
I just love it. Thank you so much. I'm so inspired and overwhelmed. I don't know how to use Excel, but this sounds a little bit more fun and friendly. So I'm going to start doing this and I'll report back.
Yes, you need to download the app.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you for having me.